Hey everybody, how we doing today? Mark Lozano, Christ Center Capital. If you don't know yet, Christ Center Capital, we're the moral stock investment analysis company. Go check us out, christcentercapital.com. Actually, what this video is going to be is kind of giving you a tutorial of our website. And then also we're going to talk a little bit about our newsletter and why that's kind of been the bread and butter of what we're doing lately. So let's get right into it. All right. So this is the website. Got christcentercapital.com right here. You can also get to our website by typing in moralstocks.com or investforchrist.com. It's going to take you all to the same place. So just a little bit easier to remember those URLs than Christ Center Capital. But right here tells everything what we do. Moral analysis on timely investments, stocks, cryptos, alternatives, right? We run this curation process that we do every single week, every single month. We're monitoring all the major financial outlets, whether that be influencers, analysts, investment firms, and we're seeing what's everybody recommending, what is everybody talking about, and we're taking those assets that reach some kind of consensus, putting it into our weekly reports, applying moral analysis to them. So whether the stocks, cryptos, alternatives that are making it into our weekly reports get bad moral ratings or good moral ratings, you can rest assured that they have at least some financial potential, or at least the market thinks they have some financial potential, right? So that's the bread and butter of what we do. That's what you pay the $7 a month for if you become a subscriber. Though we do have a bunch of free stuff, right? We got the educational resources on investing, the market news from a Christian perspective. You can get that by signing up for our newsletter right here, right? Our newsletter has been kind of our bread and butter of what we're doing lately, because the newsletter, we deliver this timely market information, but from an authentically Christian conservative perspective. So if you're a subscriber to, say, the Robinhood newsletter or the Morning Brew newsletter or any of these other financial outlets and their newsletters, if you read closely and you really pay attention, you really start to get a very liberal, left-wing, secular view on the markets. We're trying to deliver the same exact information, high quality, highly researched information, but just from a Christian perspective. So sign up for our newsletter right there, right on the homepage, christcentercapital.com. Sign up for the newsletter. It's completely free, and it'll let you know not only great timely market information, but it's also going to let you know what C3's been up to with podcasts, interviews, and YouTube videos, and all that fun stuff. Next, we go through this. This is right here. This is why Christ Center Capital exists. Christian investing, Christian culture. What we do with our money shapes the culture in which we live. This is what Christ Center Capital truly believes, and this is why we do what we do. The best way for the conservative Christian population to influence the culture is to put your money where your mouth is, right? Stop investing, stop spending on all these different organizations that honestly hate you, right? That don't care about your opinions, that only cater to people that are completely antithetical to your values. So Christian investing, Christian culture. Plus, historically, conservatives, Christians, they're not really people who get out there and riot and protest. So what we do with our money and our time, that's usually the best way that we can influence the culture around us. So you can become a subscriber. We got it all over the place. Subscribe today, become a C3 subscriber. Go click on that. $7 a month. There's a bunch of different promo codes out there. They're very easy to find. I think some of them are in the newsletters and everything like that. You can get your first month for $1 completely free. Maybe I'll link some in the description of this video. But anyway, this is the main thing. We also have so we've talked about this a little bit, the investment analysis page, which you can find either right here or you can find under the featured content, investment analysis. That's where you're going to find our latest report of stocks and cryptos and everything that made it into our either weekly or monthly report. We actually just released our report for the month of April. April's tomorrow. This video is being filmed on the last day of March, and we released that report. There's a couple altcoins. We got some stocks in there. I think there's one ETF made it in there. So you can go check those out, see what the market's recommending and what the moral analysis is behind that. Also, you can see our latest post right here, and that's the one I'm talking about, investments for April 2022. We also have this little tiny post about the morality of day trading. That's more of a philosophical post if you're interested in that kind of thing. And one of our latest posts is on Desert, which is a startup that is that is on Fundify. Fundify is a great site. Fundify allows people that are non-accredited investors as well as accredited investors to invest in vetted startups. On Desert being one of those vetted startups that they do a lot of complicated things, but they're basically looking to take areas that have been truly affected by climate change, not just the climate hysteria stuff, but truly affected by bad weather conditions, and then re-greenify them. So a really cool company, got a lot of cool patents, and you can invest with them for as little as like, I think $100, something like that. So go check that out. We got a link to them on our site. And then one thing that I gotta stress, because we started Christ Center Capital because of the whole Christian investing equals Christian culture thing. But another reason why we started Christ Center Capital is because we want to be a revenue generator for charities, right? Truly good Christian charities, which is why Christ Center Capital, when we started, me and my wife started it, we decided to give 50% of our net profits back to vetted charities that were near and dear to our heart. Last month, we were able to donate to Hope Refuge. They are an awesome organization that rescues young people from sex trafficking. If you hear any noise, I have 3 little ones upstairs, and they're running around, probably driving their mother crazy. So I apologize for any background noise. But I have a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 6-month-old, and they can be very, very noisy, as anyone with kids probably knows. But anyway, Hope Refuge is what we donated to last month. This month, which is the last day to vote, is today, because it's the March vote. Unfortunately, if you can tell here, we've only had 22 people vote, which is a little sad because this makes our charity vote page, this is our least visited page on all of Christ Center Capital, right? And I want it to be our most visited page, because what happens when you click vote on either one of these organizations, you're helping them with that all-powerful search engine optimization, that SEO. Because I have backlinks to all these websites, to all these charities, and when you visit this page and you click on Athletes in Action, or you click on Live Action, 2 awesome charities that are up for the running this week or this month, you know, you're helping build that clout for them on all the search engines and the Google algorithms and all that good stuff. So please visit this page, check out all the charities that we work with. These are just a couple: Athletes in Action, Catholic Charities USA, Diocese of Allentown. I'm from Pennsylvania, Northeast Pennsylvania. That's why they made on there. I'd like to do a couple local charities because the majority of our subscribers are in Pennsylvania. Then I have the Leaders of Faith Foundation, another awesome. I think they won the donation in January. They're an awesome organization that supplies chaplains to to Congress and other forms of government. Charity Water, they actually won our very first donation, and a bunch of other charities are on there as well. But please go visit this page, give us a vote, click on the links, help out the charities. Really appreciate it. Again, 50% of net profits from Christ Center Capital. So that means 50% of your $7 subscriptions that equaled net profits go to these charities. And like I said before, we're doing the vote, right? Not because I'm some kind of fan of American Idol and voting is so cool and blah, blah, blah. No, we're doing the vote because, one, yeah, it might be a little cool to vote on charities and it gets people involved, but we're getting people involved because we want to build that clout for these awesome charities, right? We want to boost them up on the search engines and everything. So please go visit the page. And even if you have a charity like Live Action's beating out Athletes in Action right now, Athletes in Action will still get a portion of the proceeds. Just Live Action will get the larger portion if they win the vote by the end of today. So go check them out. And then everything else on the page is pretty straightforward. You can go to the investment analysis page. Like I said before, this is where you're going to see all of our latest, right? You're going to see all of our latest picks and kind of our philosophy posts and stuff that you can invest in, like on Desert. Timely market informations. We review a bunch of ETFs. So the investment analysis page, that's really kind of what you're paying the $7 for. Then we have the blogs and resources page. Go there, check it out. Everything on that page is free. You can check that out and just get a little bit more information on how you can start investing for yourself, or how you can go about investing in a Christian way or in a conservative way. And then the last main page that we have on ChristCenterCapital.com is our media page. And this page, very simple. It just has our latest YouTube videos. I get featured in a lot of interviews, so you can go check out the latest interviews I do. Some of my interviews, like these Money Mondays with Kevin McCullough, I give out some free kind of quote-unquote stock picks where I'm really just applying moral analysis to timely investments, but that's completely free. You don't got to pay any money for those. Just go ahead and give it a listen. We got some great other podcasts that I do, some great other interviews. Did an interview with Integrity Restored, with Rescuers Radio. You can go check all that stuff out. Really cool media page that we got going on. Also, if you ever visit the site, go hit up these links, right up above, the Facebook, Instagrams, and give us a like, subscribe, comment, whatever it is. Just help us out with that, all that good stuff. And then the last thing I want to bring up here is, if you do go to the homepage, right, on ChristCenterCapital.com, and you sign up for free on this newsletter, you will get this beautiful newsletter sent right to your inbox twice a week with some awesome market information. We actually just did this newsletter today, and again, it's completely free. And it gives you links to the site and how to vote for the charities, but also gives you some really timely market information that is delivered in, like I said before, an authentically Christian perspective. So we'll just check out some of these headlines, right? Robinhood stock soars because they extended their trading hours from 7A to 8P, right? That's a huge deal for a lot of people, so their stock started ticking up. Over the week, stocks were winning overall, though they did see a decline today because of the yield curve inverting. That 10-year, 2-year yield curve. If you're a real savvy investor, you probably know what I'm talking about. Whenever the 2-year yield curve ends up paying more than the 10-year yield curve, that means it inverted, and that's usually not a good sign for the market in general. But I think in the newsletter, I actually offer a pretty good explainer video somewhere in here. Yeah, right here, the yield curve inverting. You can go check that out. I give a little explainer article there to kind of explain what that is all about if you're not a real veteran investor. Some really cool headlines in here. I'm sure people have heard about the Chinese lockdowns. China's experiencing one of their biggest COVID spikes since the pandemic, which is really weird because in the U.S. we've kind of forgot about COVID, and probably for good reason. It's about time. But China's experiencing these lockdowns, and that's one of the reasons why gas prices kind of leveled off. I mean, they're still incredibly high, but they could be a lot higher given everything going on. But China's population is so big that when they lock down, it does affect the entire world, because less people driving means less gas being used, demand goes down, price goes down. Simple supply and demand economics. Let's see, I'm not going to hit every one of these. Just trying to show you the information we're providing in this newsletter, so to encourage you to go sign up. It's, again, completely free. This one was interesting. So the ruble is back. The ruble, the currency used by Russia, they got hit really hard when the war started, lost just a lot of value. Let's leave it at that. Lost a lot of value, and especially because of Western sanctions. But it didn't take long. It's already back to where it was before the war started. So the sanctions, it's not the indicator, but it's one indicator that sanctions aren't really affecting Russia that much. But then again, in a lot of other ways they are. But it's just something really interesting tidbit of information. And then we have 2 actual stocks here that we mentioned in the newsletter. We got Flora Growth, ticker FLGC. That is a cannabis company that is expanding crazy rapidly. Right, their stock price is only a little over $2 right now, but their expansion plans are really impressive right now. They're growing so much. Obviously, C3 doesn't condone investing into a cannabis company or cannabis stock, but it's something to really be aware of. Because a lot of analysts, a lot of investors, a lot of those outlets we talk about that we monitor are talking about Flora Growth. Another one, which is really interesting, is Chewy. So if you guys have pets, and you may have used Chewy, where they deliver pet supplies right to your door. So they experienced crazy growth during the pandemic because people got the work from home order and decided, oh, I'll get a dog or I'll get a cat or whatever. We called the market ended up calling this puppy palooza. When the pandemic hit, everyone just started buying pets for work from home companions, I guess. And now that people are kind of getting back into the office, and people, how many people can buy dogs, right? They've started to see a slip in demand, and also supply chains have really messed with Chewy's network of delivering those supplies. So they're kind of like a pandemic sweetheart that is now experiencing really a bad fall off. But just one of those things where we try to highlight a couple stocks, a couple major headlines and everything, just to keep people really well informed of what's going on in the market. So sorry for all the rambling. Sorry for, taking probably maybe too long with this video, but just wanted to really encourage you guys. Go sign up for the newsletter. It's completely free. Please consider becoming a subscriber. It's only $7 a month, and you can rest assured that not only are you going to get quality moral investment analysis, but you're also going to be able to support some amazing charities. And if we get enough subscribers, eventually those donations are going to be really life-changing for these charities. I appreciate you. My team appreciates you. And I know the charities will definitely appreciate you if you become a subscriber. So thank you. God bless. And like I said, just appreciate you guys giving your time. Have a great one.